Welcome to episode 2. The turning point, the arena, the 10th step, the legacy. Kyle Brennan, paralyzed Division I wrestler, made an impossible bet with the doctors who said he'd never walk again. 10 steps in 18 months. $100,000 to spinal cord research if he succeeds. His entire life savings if he fails. The whole world was watching. $380,000 raised. Stem cells in Thailand. Experimental surgery in Germany. Near death in Mexico. By month 15, he was ready to quit. Then an email arrived with a subject line, "I was paralyzed too." Then I walked. And everything changed. This is what happened next. The turning point. Her name was Jennifer. She lived in Australia. C6 complete injury, 10 years ago. Doctors told her the same thing they told me, never. 2 years ago, she walked across her living room. With a walker, slowly, but still, walked. She'd seen my videos. Bought a plane ticket with her own money. Flown to Iowa to meet me. She stepped into the gym, moving carefully but on her own 2 feet, and looked me dead in the eye. "I'm not a miracle," she said. "I'm proof. You're not the first, impossible, case anymore. Now there are at least 2. She changed my training. Less obsession with devices, more with rhythm, breath, imagination. She said something that sounded like nonsense at first. "Your legs don't remember walking. Your rage does. Borrow that." I had 3 months left. 3 months until the arena. 3 months until the world would watch me either walk or fail. The day. February 14, 2021. They rented out an arena. Cameras everywhere. Commentators, medical examiners, the 3 doctors who'd taken the bet in the front row. 47 million people watching the live stream. My daughter wasn't born yet, but she would someday watch this and say that weird thing kids say, "That's my dad." They explained the rules on a mic. 10 consecutive steps. No physical assistance. The epidural stimulator can be on, because it's implanted hardware, not an external aid. If he falls, the count stops. I could feel my heart trying to punch its way out of my chest. They helped me to my feet. Then they stepped away. My legs shook. Hard. Like they were getting static from a broken TV. I took the first step. The walk. Left foot. Drag. Plant. The sound of one footstep echoed louder in my head than any crowd roar I'd ever heard. Second step. Third. Fourth. By step 6, my whole body was on fire. My shoulders were working overtime to keep me upright. My abs, what was left of them, trembled. Step 7, my left leg buckled. You can hear 40,000 people inhale at once. It sounds like a storm. I almost fell. Somehow caught myself. Pure reflex, or maybe pure fear. Step 8. Step 9. My world shrank to this: floor, next foot, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. And then I did. Face first. Hard. Nose burst. There was blood, and for a moment, nothing but concrete and the taste of copper. Silence. The medical examiner walked out. Counted the marks on the floor. It wasn't dramatic. Just clinical. 9 steps, he said into the mic. The requirement was 10. The challenge has not been met. I could feel the failure settle on me like a blanket soaked in ice water. I'd spent $380,000. Endured injections, surgeries, near-death side effects. Dragged millions of people along for the ride. And I stopped at 9. The doctors stood up. They looked solemn, not smug. One of them went to shake my wife's hand. To their credit, they weren't gloating. I wanted to stay on the ground. It would have been easier. Lay there. Accept it. Let the internet call it what they wanted. Brave attempt. Painful failure. Proof that doctors were right. But something Jennifer had told me wouldn't shut up. It's not about your legs, she'd said. It's about your rage. The 10th step. I pressed my hands against the floor. My arms screamed. I pushed anyway. Got to my knees. The examiner looked confused. This wasn't in his script. My legs trembled like they were made of rubber bands and bad decisions. Blood dripped from my nose. I could hear my mom sobbing somewhere behind me. I forced myself upright. One more time. I don't remember deciding to scream. It just came out. I'm not done. The arena went insane. Cameras zoomed in. Somewhere, on millions of screens, people leaned forward. I shifted my weight, moved my foot forward. 10th step. I don't remember the sound the crowd made in that exact second. I just remember collapsing again, this time into my wife's arms, both of us ugly crying in front of half the planet. The independent examiner had to decide whether that step counted. He checked the floor. Checked the footage. Checked the rules. Then he nodded. The 10th step is valid, he said. The terms have been met. One of the doctors, Dr. Chen, the same guy who'd told me never 19 months before, came over, knelt, and gripped my hand so hard I thought he'd break it. I've never been so happy to be wrong in my life, he said, tears in his eyes. You just rewrote my field. The legacy. That walk, stumble, fall, scream, step, became the most replayed clip in medical conference halls for the next few years. The internet looped it billions of times. Rise Untold calls it the most watched moment in medical history. The three doctors not only donated the $100,000. They threw in another $250,000 of their own money. Then they joined my team. We turned my mess into a protocol, a mix of epidural stimulation, specific physical therapy progressions, mental imagery, and insane consistency. We didn't call it a miracle. We called it the Brennan Protocol. So far, 89 patients around the world with complete injuries have gone through it. 37 regained some mobility. 17 can walk with assistance. 6 walk independently, no cane, no chair. 6 people the textbook said were never. I'm not one of the 6. I walk with a cane most days. About a quarter mile before I have to sit. Some days my body refuses and I'm back in the chair full time. Pain is my constant roommate. People ask if it was worth it. The money. The humiliation of that 9-step fall. The risk. The surgeries that almost killed me. My daughter is 2 now. She was born 8 months after that walk. Last week, she took her first steps across our living room. Wobbly, arms out, that look of fierce concentration babies get. She fell. Got up. Took another step. Then she looked at me and said, in her tiny voice. Like Daddy did. On TV. She doesn't know I'm disabled. She just knows walking is hard and sometimes you fall and sometimes you get back up in front of everybody watching. So yeah. It was worth it. Final message. They said never. The data said impossible. The bet said don't try. I fell at 9. Got back up. The 10th step didn't just change my life. It cracked never open for a lot of people. Rise Untold asked me one final question. What do you want people to remember about this story? And I said. That 9 steps was failure. But getting back up for the 10th. That was everything. The doctors were wrong about never. But they were right about one thing, walking again wasn't a miracle. It was rage, science, and one stubborn idiot who refused to accept the word impossible.